Hello students. In previous videos, we have studied about browser and server, how it's work and what are the function like that. So now we are completed one module also. Now we are starting with the second module, and also I have I have some questions for you yourself, friends. I'm like to ask you. My speaking is compatible with you. If you want to, if you want means another like Hindi in between. If you want to speak in Hindi, you can tell me in the comment box. Or without Hindi, I can teach in the whole English also, or in whole Hindi also I can speak. So in which language you have to prepare for teaching, so please tell me in comment box. And even and again I am telling to you, I am teaching to you with a correct path, means NCRT based, like means book based documents, like I am teaching you with the serial topics. So please subscribe my channel. Who want to study, means who want to study about fundamental web design, you can learn from my channel, because I am starting and I am teaching with linear and starting with sequential topics. So now I completed one module, so now I am starting with a second module, that is browser compatibility. So come with class. Now I am starting browser compatibility. You all seen heard about the Mozilla Firefox and Google Chrome, Apple Safari and Opera, Microsoft Internet Explorer. These are the some browsers, right? So come in that we have to know about how it's what is it compatibility, what is its ability, how it's work. So in that way we are studying now. First one is browser compatibility. The term browser compatibility refers to the ability of a certain website to appear fully functional on a different browser that are available in the market. Means the browser compatibility, that's ability, means that allow the to user to work with that fully functionally, and what they are want, so that all are available in that browser, so like that it is available or not. So that is the compatibility of browser. In the present situation, the all our browsers are very good. They are compatible with they allow the all functions to work, but some browsers are not allowed to some functions, like some explorer and something Mozilla Firefox and Google Chrome. These are the open sources, but some browsers are there. Still, they are not allowing to some functions. So continue with the next line. That's it. The means that the website HTML coding as well as the script on the website and should be compatible and run on a browser. If you browser using, means the user using the HTML page and script and like other C pluses he or script, they are using the different type of languages, right, in a program. So that should be function, means that should be allowed in the browser. So there are some browser there to that allow to all the type of languages to run on the browser. Why it is important? Why it is important? Because of the website completely plays a huge role in the success of an a communication business. If the website is not compatible with these are all, then that should be not used by the people, because of the different people are using the different functions to work on it. So that's why the browser compatibility should be allowed to all functions. And reason being that incompatibility with a certain browser limits the audience of that websites. So if that browser is incompatible with certain browsers, though that limits to audience to work with that number of limits. So next one is, this leads to the limits topic on the particular website, which can bring down the conversion conversation, and this means the browser compatibility is among the prime aspects to cater to while a website is the developing pages. It means you know about if you are going to put on an application or job, and that time that application or man say was saying like server is down, so like that he is saying. So for that to reduce that one, this is the one of the best reason to incompatibility with a certain six on. Again, how it's work. All web browser must function as a translator. These web browser translate the text writing using HTML format and then show the content in the web pages. Every browser has its own ability and mode of text translations, which is the root of main difference between browsers. Even though the standard set of rules exist for scripting HTML code, the interpretation or translation contributes to most of the difference. So if you are through the standard set of rules exist for scripting HTML code, and the interpretation or translation contributes to most of the differences. The modern browser in the market tend to be able to easily decode most modern HTML coding for a better than older browser. So in by increasing and improving the modern seasons and modern life, like that the technology are also improving, means in the by compared to the today's browsers with oldest browser, they are working their compatibility, their users is more than now to earlier. So that's why that browsers, so the browser have to improve himself and they are improved again. So the modern browser in the market, they tend to able to easily decode most of the modern HTML, right? And the browser may fails to read the HTML coding of the website. Either the website does not appear as it is supposed so to on that browser, or is not completely function on it. So these adversely affects the reach of certain websites. In addition to that, the website developers must also make sure that the website they are building is compatible with all different types of systems, operating systems. Web developers should ensure that website is compatible with each and every browser and all varieties of operating system. Then only the browser gets successful. Also, the different screen sizes and as well as screen resolution must also be taken into account for perfect display, because of the different browser are not compatible with the different screen displays. So if the screen is very short, then that browser is not compatible with that screen. The only that browser is displaying in the larger screen or in laptop, so that time that browser is not widely used to person, because of a lot of people using the mobile only, so that screen is short, right? So for that purpose, that browser is have to compatible with the screen, then only it's publishing. If you are not, because a lot of people not using the browser, so that time that browser is not useful by the people who is using phone. So this is also one of the main thing who develop the know about the screen resolution. Next one is the HTTP redirection. URL redirection, also known as the uniform resource locator forwarding, is a technique for making a web page available under the more than one URL address. Means if the person or user asks something to search something in the search browser, that time that pages are maybe having different location, that maybe means different your address from different phases. So that is help to the user to select the what he want to actually, like that. So this is one of the helpful for the user URL direction. Actually URL redirection means the creating that web pages available under the more than one addresses. that is forwarding from one URL to another URL, and means moving. I have some videos, then my friend also having the want that one, that time I send it to through the WhatsApp and messages like that. So that is called forwarding. So in browser, that address, that pages are also forwarding through this URL from one to another. And HTTP has the special kind of response and called a HTTP redirect. For this operation, redirects accomplish the numerous goals. So for to reach the kind of response for browsers, like HTTP redirect, that is having some goals to do that. Those are the relocation of the website to a new domain. If earliest the domain website is having the older name, then it should be updated by relocating to the new domains. Domain means a name of that. If my name is Malika, so your name is something, so you are calling by the name, or you are recognized by that name, right? Or if you are older, then if you are some hesitating with if in villages name, that time you are putting some new names like jockey, wiki, like that. So that is what relocation in websites yourself, right? So in website also, the people are want nowadays people want very dynamic and creative words, right? So that time we have to put create a new domains for that. That helps you to to more compatibility of user useful of browser. Then temporarily forwarding traffic during server maintenance. If you do that, if you want to reduce the some traffic network, because of the lack of number of huge amount of results or user wants that face, that time the traffic is more, right? So if think, if you want to go something somewhere, and if you go to somewhere, that places you are having only one road, and that the number of vehicles are, so that creates traffic lights. Reducing that, you have to means we are making a different roads to go that way, right? So that reduce the traffic in that roads. So same like that in browser also, temporarily forwarding the traffic during server maintenance. That forwarding the means that HTTP redirect the locations and web pages like that. And merging the duplicate content, and to relocate to websites visited from old out of date content pages to new pages. So that time the HTTP redirect is used. Oh, this is the one of diagrammatic representation actually done in the browser. When initial request is done, that should be sent like with HTTP header. Previous I told you and teach you also, like about HTTP header. These are the part to request by the browser to the server. HTTP 1.1 again response new location returns by this path. And these are the some messages also I teach about this also. If you want to know about, go and search on previous videos in my video playlist box, you can get that only. So this is the path, how to the browser send a request and to the server. And the types of redirects are permanent redirection and a temporary redirection and a special redirection. So these are the some messages which are sent by the browser or server to the server to the user. If this three-ended multiple choices link list, the user can select that the link and go to that location and maximum few addresses like that. These are the messages, and these messages are to telling to the browser this to the user to like this. If the browser is represented 301, that time that indicate the request page has moved to the new URL. It indicates it reply with 3G not 3, that time it indicates that request page can be found under the different URL. So like that, these are some messages explaining with like this descriptions. So thank you, it's completed now. So we can continue with next video with tomorrow for for uploading a more video. Please subscribe my channel and please support me. I am your friends. Thank you.